Dear Diary, my name's Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. So I haven't made a video in, I don't really know, maybe a week or so, but life has been very interesting. So I don't really know if I said this in my other video, but I was going through, oh, I did. I threw them under the bus. So the bank screwed me over. I decided to check out some fintech companies. I applied for three of them. I know because where my company's based, I'm kind of looking a little more shady, I guess. I get it. I get it. So it's going to be a little bit tougher, but you know what? At the end of the day, when you look at this world and you see how much taxes you actually pay, do you ever wonder why it's hard to get ahead, pay for your life, pay for bills, and then the government keeps trying to make the countries better so that increases inflation? Who pays for the inflation? Not the guys at the top, right? It's got to be the people at the bottom. So I think that's just the way the world works. Once you get to the top, you got money, it's a little bit different of a game. But I don't even know where to go with this video. There's a few things that happened in this last few days that's just been crazy. Absolutely just crazy. All right. So yesterday, let's just go with some of the recent events. Yesterday, I'm sitting downstairs in this chair. It's probably 10 o'clock, 10:30, and all I hear is kaboom! Two or three times. I'm just thinking, shit. Did I just hear gunshots in my hood? I live in the hood. And this is the craziest part because a week and a half ago, and okay, I live in between just crack dealers and meth dealers and everything else. Okay, I have the most eclectic neighborhood in the world. I'm going to tell you this. I have rednecks. I have spiritual natives. You got the crazy guy like me who goes through a spiritual awakening. I got the transgender community. I got the alcoholics. I got the meth labs. I got the crack dealers. I got the husband beaters. And then I have every different culture in between. That's just in a block of my house. So when I tell you I got the most eclectic neighborhood in the world, there's probably not even a lie there. It's very eclectic. So yesterday, the local meth house. So they tore it down, I don't know, say 2, 3 months ago. And then they took off all the gates and everything. And like I said, about 3 days ago, they decided to start going back to their meth house. And I saw them, and I was thinking, this is interesting because during that day, it was just a weird day of death, energy. I don't know. I watched a fly have a heart attack and die right in front of me. I saw an old guy who looked like he couldn't really handle life and was huffing and puffing and trying to stretch and everything. And then the, the meth heads were bringing groceries and restarting up their lab and whatnot. So there's no water in this one house, and they decided to either make the chemicals or they were lighting pallet fires. I don't know exactly what was happening, but all I know is the meth house caught on fire. So yesterday, from 9 o'clock till 4 in the morning, the fire department was outside. They're, you know what? When you watch the firemen, good on them. They are well trained. They're just professionals. They work hard. Go, 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 go. Their stamina and cardio. And the one guy came out, his air tank was done, hopped on a new air tank, boom, back in a minute. And I was just thinking, wow, just the changeovers. Watching the fire department, it was very interesting. A whole lot of respect for those guys. They did a good job, a really good job. So, anyways, that was the meth house. 4 houses down, a week or 2 weeks ago, there was a shooting. The same people who are connected. Are you not seeing the connection? Unreal. So in the last 2 weeks, the same people who are connected, Meth and the crackheads, they both, I don't know if they know each other or they're both doing business. I don't know. Whatever. That's their hustle. They're now so watched. Good on them. Like, and the fucked up part is the one guy. He's like Two Face, okay, from like Batman or whatever. So he shaves one side of his head and shaves his face completely bare. The other side, he has like a full on beard and hair, and he dyes it red. And I was just like, dude, what's going on with your style? He goes, two different personalities, just depending on the day. I'm just thinking, wow, your meth must be good shit because you are fucked in the head. All right, so let's go with screwed in the head. Let's see where this tangent goes. Talking to one of my buddies yesterday, and when I tell people that my life is planned out, I want you guys to understand what I say next even shocks me. So my buddy from India was telling me this yesterday, and he's spiritual. So this is the thing: is his mom does tarot. He has a priest. I believe he knows a few other people that see how the world goes. And the story he was telling me yesterday was that one of the ladies, before he was going to move to Canada, so that's like say 3.5 years ago, told him that you will fall in love with a girl. You need to hang by the guy who shines the brightest. She goes, if you don't hang by his side, this path is over and you will be coming back to India. And it's funny because she even said, you got to keep him away from your twin flame. Isn't that funny, hey? Because he knew who I was and he knew about my twin flame and that I was not going to marry her. What a savage setup life this is. When you guys like think that life isn't already set up, guaranteed life is set up. So he eventually comes to Canada for schooling and whatnot, and I meet him just in the bar scene. Everyone knows me, but nobody actually hangs out with me. Okay, so like I'm just this mysterious guy that everyone knows in the city, but nobody even just wants to go for dinner. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So when he met me, I don't quite remember because I do have a lot of conversations where I have to absorb a lot of energy, so there's a lot that goes through me. But it must have been like the first few times that we started talking and then things got rolling and whatnot. And it's good because now I told him the game. And I said, hey man, like this is the game. If we're going to do it, let's do the game right. Let's get to the top. Let's go. Let's make it happen. And he ended up going to the other side of the people, which that's the really tough part because you're either going to choose me and you're going to have no friends, or you're going to choose all the friends in the world, which you may have friends, but you have a lot more problems. You have a lot more fakeness. Whatever you got, you get a lot more of it. All right, it is what it is. But anyways, so he told me that he was just absolutely gutted. He goes, "Yep, I already know that you aren't supposed to marry your twin flame." And this is where it gets real fun because we're on August 10th, September. Okay. So when I told everyone 3.5 years ago that I'm like the 1% and that I'm different than everyone else, no one believed me. Everyone goes, bar scene guy, blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, all right. I know my mentality. I know who I am. And I didn't know that I was going through a spiritual awakening fully, but I knew that things were changing and that everything that a psychic told me was coming true. And I said, oh, so once everything starts happening, and you go, so I'm going to become elite. I'm going to have a beautiful wife. Maybe I should start like getting myself into shape, changing my habits, build a company. You know, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I looked at my stomach today, and I've had a nice little like a plateau for the last few days, but today it went in. I'm gonna tell you now. It sounds so weird, but I'm probably at like maybe a pound of fat and skin, maybe. But that pound also means that I have to lose everything here, and then that last pound will be like the end all of end alls, which is it is what it is. So you know what? Every day, 3 hours a day, you can check out my TikTok. I post my results every day. I have so many people who are now inspired at the gym. It's interesting because I said in my last video, if this one guy decided to ever like step up beside me and just start doing cardio for 30 minutes a day, he would probably be one of the best looking guys in the gym. Sure enough, for the last 2 days, he stepped up for 30 minutes beside me. I'm thinking, well, that video didn't have any viewers, so I'm pretty sure he's not watching my viewers or my videos. Drink. But I was like, okay, he's stepping up, and now I'm watching other people step up, and they're stepping up beside me, and they kind of look at me, and I'm like, all right, you guys must just like talk and think it's easy what I do. The one guy today, I think he did 20 minutes and it was like 169 calories. And then he looked over at my machine and I did 20 minutes and I think I was at like 470 calories or something like that. Or, yeah, it was a lot. And I kept up that pace and keep doing this because this is what I'm trying to show people is that at the end of the day, everything in this world has to be even. Okay? Even. Trust me on this. The higher you go, you have to hit that low just to get back to even. Always. So I keep trying to tell people that if I have to burn 700,000 calories to get to that six pack, that also means I have to watch my diet. I have to eat clean. I have to work out. And it has to be a consistent progress. It can't be just an everyday thing. I don't even know what I weigh right now. I could be at 200 pounds. I could be less. I could be more. I have no idea. But I keep also telling people do not ever weigh yourself. Judge yourself by looking in the mirror. Make sure that your diet's clean, and then go from there. Because a weight is just a number. You, there's way too many factors in that, and then you're going to start playing with your psyche. Like at the end of the day, what I'm trying to show people is you need to calm down your mind. This is the game. If you can understand, calm down your mind, just work out. Be the best person you can be. Eat healthy. Build a company. And eliminate all the noise, then you're on your truest path to moving forward. That's really what it comes down to. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this company, I've had so many highs and lows, and the company, it is and it isn't even going yet. I've essentially just put my own like bank account there and just said I'm going to do my accounting and I'll just separate the because I get a bank statement, so I'm just going to separate the numbers and do it that way. And I'll put it in my balance sheet, send it off to the accountant, let them double check it, make sure it's all good, and I'll ship it off at the end of the year. But I have no customers. And that's the really tough part because I know that I look at my analytics. I look at my YouTube page, I look at the TikTok, I look at the Facebook, my website. I get about 5% more viewers every month. So it is a slow grind, and I get this. And it's like anything. It's like an addiction. It's like, there we go. This is the truest form. Hey, you know what? I could just have one beer. Cool. You have one beer, and you start off life, and you're like, yeah, that was good. I enjoy that. Then it's two beers. Then 10 years, it's a 12 pack. Then you're in the hard liquor. Like that ball. always gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So if I'm making 5% on all of my social medias, my LinkedIn's, my Facebooks, my TikToks, my YouTubes, my web page, that's 5% a month. So that's an extra five people on five different platforms. That's an extra 30 people looking at my stuff. So this is a long game for me. And it sucks because I have to work a lot of jobs I really don't like. If you've watched any of the other videos, I am a bitch. We'll just put it out that way. Like I don't like doing landscaping or snow removal or construction or concrete or the only thing I want to work out hard on is the elliptical. And that's just because I got so much stuff that goes on in my brain that when I'm there for 3 hours, it's a way to like decompress, get rid of the stress. I know that this is probably the hardest part of my day. When I come home, I eat, and then I would hope that I have a customer or two where we could do consulting. You know, the key of my business is that I want to create almost a nice web that helps people be healthier versions of themselves. When you take the course, you will look at all the people, the places, your habits, your triggers, your career paths, all that stuff. You will look at yourself. And it's not a way for me to scare you into anything. The reason I've done it this way is because I want people who truly want to be better. If it's just one or two things a year, work on those one or two things and then work on something else. Once you get one thing going, it becomes second nature. Then you can focus all your attention on everything else. But everyone wants everything now, 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 now. That's not how the world works. I'm going to tell you right now, when I look at everything that I got going, I'm going, where am I going to get a bank account? Honestly, I've tried a few places. They've said no. Some have said, yeah, they've all said no. One is still trying to get back to me. So I don't know if I'm waiting on a time frame and making something happen. But I got to tell you, God's got something going on in the back. Because right now, we're in a karma year. Okay, so this is where this gets real, real interesting. The fact that I know I have to keep up doing this for the rest of this year, no matter what, proves my loyalty and my energy back into the universe. Next year, if you have any debts or anything, whatever you did this year, you're going to make enough money to pay off everything. Which means my debts next year will be just gone. If I can get this business going, I could probably have my debts gone within 2 to 3 months. And that's working every day. I have no problem working 5 to 6 hours a day, helping a person, a client here and there. I have no problem doing that. Let's work together. I am willing to sit down. Once you figure out the things that you want to change, let's figure out how to change them. Let's figure out why you went there. Let's let's look so deep that we can pull out the parts and then reformate it so that whatever you want to do to accomplish it or to be a better version of yourself, we can set out that plan. And that's what I'm trying to do, is be a life coach, helping you just be on the right path, just one step forward each day. This is what it is. Anyways, I yeah, it was a good, nice little rant. Hopefully you guys didn't fall asleep there. Because it was a rant, drink. That's how we play these games now. But yeah, so where did we go? We had the gym. Ooh, I'm getting a lot more attention at the gym. That's nice. I get a lot of people must be talking about me stepping up, which is nice because I gotta tell people like the fundamental is that I'm gonna be there every day until I get a six pack, and if I have to be there for 3 hours a day, and I told this one guy, the guy who I believe in my other video, he got attacked by a hawk or an eagle or something on the golf course I think it was a hawk, and came into the gym. I said, "What are you doing here?" Like, and he came up, showed me the pictures and everything. He goes, "Yeah, I just couldn't miss the gym." And I said, "Probably could have missed the gym." He goes, "No, you inspired me to be better." And I was just like, "Oh, damn! Now I can't ever miss the gym." Oh, and speaking of which, they have this like board which shows like the people who like show up and how many times they work out in a month. My name has never been on the list, and I'm just thinking I can show you like 100 days worth of videos of me working out 3 hours a day. I've been there for 3 months, so yeah, so I can probably show you not 100, but probably 90, somewhere around that range of videos me being there, except for the 2 days that they were closed, and then the 2 days that I had to work like a double shift. So it's probably 86 videos. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I should be on the top of the list. Whatever. Anyways, so I got some new interesting like people that don't like me. All right, so this lady, she she's an interesting lady. She's hard into this carnivore diet, and I said, "So it's a diet?" And she goes, "Yes." And I go, "Hmm. So it'll never last." Once you say it's a diet, that's not a fundamental. That just says it's something in your life for the now, right? So for me, when I say like I've changed my completely diet, that means like this has to be my lifestyle now. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's 2 liters of tea right in front of me. There's 1 liter of Diet Pepsi. I just ate 2 cans of tuna, 4.4 pounds of vegetables, 4 cheese sticks, hot sauce, and six chicken legs. So I'm probably at like 1,600 calories for the day. I burned off 4,200 at the gym. So I still have another 2,600 calories I can eat before I even hit zero. And that's going to be another 8 pounds of fruit, yogurt, and oatmeal. So it's not a diet now. Now it's a everyday thing, knowing that I'm putting in the healthiest stuff that you should, except for the pop. I get it, but you know what? Everything else, if pop and smoking pot are my two bad vices right now, there's probably worse out there. I'll eventually get through all of my shit. Me and my buddy, we talked about this and we said, hey, if I quit smoking pot and you quit smoking cigarettes, it's over. Only the 1%, like, we would be the absolute 1%. No fast food, clean diets. And he's done the meat diet, which is interesting because I asked him, I said, why are you doing it this way? He goes, well, I don't eat much, but I need the calories. And he's working out heavy. So he's lost a lot of weight apparently, which is really good, and putting on a lot of muscle. So his diet is a lot more meat, not as much cardio, and heavy weights. My diet is all cardio, a lot more food that is dense density wise, but low calories. So my goal is I want to make sure that anything in my body that has to be fat, and that's where the carnivore diet doesn't work for me. And I almost wonder about this with this lady because she won't talk to me anymore. She goes, oh, I think I should eat whatever I want. I was like, yeah, you should. But I'm going to tell you, if you're on a straight carnivore diet, you're going to have to add vitamins because that means you're taking out like fruits, vegetables, everything else. She goes, oh, it's the sugar. The sugar makes you fat. And I'm going, really? I can prove you wrong. Like 1,000,000%. You look at me right now and you see how much sugar I eat from natural sugars, honey, fruit, yogurt, granola. I'm going to tell you right now, if you use your body the right way, sugars are energy. Sugar has to take time to store, I would believe. So if you put that sugar in the day before and you fast, like what you're supposed to do, and then you go work like you're supposed to do, and then you actually eat, and you control your time zone to eat, that means your body has to burn off everything that's in there, the carbs, the sugars, the fats. And then once you've built enough that, hey, my body's going to eat 4,000 calories before I even eat anything, your body gets accustomed to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, eating for 5 hours. I don't even come, I can get up to 6,000 calories, and that's at like 8 to 10 pounds of food. How many people are going to say, hey, I'm going to sit down and just eat for 5 hours for 8 pounds of food? This guy. It makes my life easy. Okay? Like, I already know that if I work out for 2 to 3 hours in the morning, I could come, I could do consulting for 4 to 6 hours, and then I could eat for 5 hours. What am I at? Gives me 10 hours left of the day, so if I sleep for 8, gives me 2 hours to just enjoy life. Just saying. I don't know. I could be wrong. Everyone has their own mentality, their own way. And I just hope that at the very end of this, I'm showing people I eat like a king. I train like a professional athlete. Walk with God. I'm trying to do everything the right way. But that's another thing is he's not just going to open up doors. I'm noticing this. He didn't want me to have a bank account at least. Okay. But that was also another license because I told my buddy yesterday, I said, there's so many times that I made fast money. And it's not that it was like illegal money, like drug dealing or anything like that. But it was more of like if I sold cars, you couldn't really negotiate with me. Haggling that price with me, you're taking food out of me, but then I get it because I'm not selling as many cars as all the other car salesmen because I have higher gross, but I'm making more money because you get paid on gross and cars. And if I would have not taken such big pieces of the pie, I bet you that bank account would have gone through. So that was me getting told a lesson saying, okay, you know what? You've taken lots of money. You did it right, but you didn't do it right for humanity rightness. Highs and lows. So God just said, hey, I'm going to take $785 or whatever it came out to. This is a life lesson, but I'm going to open up a door for you. You have to work a little bit harder, but hey, in due time, right? So people want everything now, now, now. I get it. It's hard to be patient. I'm just, honestly, I'm just your crazy guy who, like I said, my buddy told me, he just goes, I knew about you. And I just think, isn't that ever interesting? But I've been telling people I vibrate higher than everyone else. I don't know why. I didn't know that I was a spiritual healer until like 3.5 years ago. It all made sense because people my entire life have told me everything. I'm just going, why are you telling me this stuff? But I get it. Seen lots of death. I've been through lots of situations. And surprisingly, the fact that like I haven't got my face punched in, I was a complete shitbag to a lot of people. So I had a lot of spiritual people around me probably saving my ass. So I gotta be thankful for that. I'm gonna tell you, like the fact that I am seen in another person's mind all the way in India, and that she tells him he is the one you have to stay by to keep this path going. Isn't that crazy? She goes, he's the one who shines the brightest. I shine the brightest. Hmm. Like that's kind of cool, don't you think? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when you notice that you shine brighter, you watch the attention, you watch people talk to you, you watch them tell you stuff that they don't tell anyone else. They feel safe in your like presence. It's a very interesting feeling. But then I can also tell you, I have more haters than I've ever imagined in my entire life. And the fact that that twin flame is put in my life by God, that brings, she's the devil. This is the story. She's a narcissist. She's got a coke problem. She sleeps around. She's got an alcohol problem. She put me in a situation with coke dealers. Hmm. She love bombed me. She told everyone that we were soulmates. So she essentially cock blocked me. She would never go out on a date with me. Oh, she would respond to my messages, but she would read it and then, like, you know, not reply for a day or two. She knew she loved me, but she wanted to hang out with the devil, do her thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, like I said, it's August 10th. I know she comes back. And I talked with my buddy about this and I said, that's crazy because I already know that everything's planned out and I know the ending of my life. And he goes, so what's going to happen? Is the soulmate going to come to you first or is it the twin flame? Because that's the thing. Is when I tell you I know the soulmate is coming and I also know the twin flame, I'm trying to figure out which one comes first. Because if the soulmate comes and she goes, hey, like, I really do love you, like, let's be friends, let's hang out, let's get to know each other, that would make life so much easier because I already know that she has a nice little sweet spot in my heart. She's beautiful, you know, played one game, but you know what? She hangs out with dirtbags as well. I keep trying to tell them, like, you're coming into my world. It's literally, it's me and you. There's not much else in my world. My mountain, I've seen my mountaintop. I've seen it. And when I say I've seen it, I can tell you it's probably 8 or 9 people, maybe 11. I don't think it's much more, but I've seen the top. So that means there's going to be, that's my family and I think it's my friend and his family. Because I don't know who half those people are. But I'm just thinking, is that ever interesting? So I know my mountaintop. I'm going to have a very small, select few of people. Hell, even my own family. Like, we don't really get along too much anymore. And that's the sad part because I'm just pretty sure I'm breaking generational curses. I watch everything about what my family has done and who they hung out with. My mom, she almost did it. She kicked ass in the corporate world. I couldn't follow her into the corporate world. I have to create my own corporate world because I got way too much of an attitude and personality. But she kicked ass, but she had to go through hell. I'm going to tell you, she probably got through the ringer. And I asked her, is she happy about that? And she goes, made lots of money, got to travel, got to see lots of concerts and experience life. So you know what? Those are the trade-offs, right? She probably had a really shitty job and had to overcome a lot of emotions, but she got paid very well and got to experience a lot more of life. You just gotta figure out what your trade-offs are. Right now, I got nothing. I got no money, nothing. I'm literally just trying to pay off bills and eat healthy and work out and try to get this company going. So right now, my health is my wealth until everything starts taking off and people actually start realizing, like, hey, Dustin's not full of shit. He is actually trying to be the 1%. He is trying to show us how to be better. He does have a holistic approach to like changing ways of thinking. And like I said, I vibrate higher, and the only reason I know about like what's going on in my life is because I listen to God or spirits, and I just say, okay, like what am I supposed to do today? And then something will come in my head, and I'll go, oh, let's go check that out. And once it happens, I'm like, all right, let's maybe I'm supposed to apply. And then I watch literally, it's like, no, not right, not right. Oh, that one's. And it's like something else opens up, and it's like you literally just watch all these doors start opening up. And my buddy even said it. He goes, once you start seeing a lot more people coming at you, and you have a lot more problems, you're on the right path. Because those problems are supposed to put you off of your path. But you're supposed to look at the problem, handle it, keep going. That's the game. Don't ever, ever try to like sit back in the past because you know what? The past is the past. I just went like this. That's in the past. Maybe I should have gone like this. Who knows, right? But you can't focus on the past. The past is done. Like it's whatever you can do, you just gotta try to just be there for the emotions of the now. And that's the toughest roller coaster. If you can learn the emotions, keep a straight face so that all the emotions are in the inside, and you're not showing your game, you're not showing your hands or anything, and then you digress it when you get home, whether it's by yourself, and you do it healthy. I'm going to tell you, it's a whole different game changer. Because my buddy goes, "What are you going to do on Friday night?" And I go, "I don't know, sit at home like a fat kid and eat a third bowl of fruit," which I did. And you know what? Whatever. I put in an extra 1,500 calories in my body, and I woke up leaner today. And that's just because my body was probably like, okay, like we really were hungry. We need a little bit more. So there. I don't know. I don't know where all these rants came from. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if that twin flame comes back, that's crazy. I just can't even believe that I'm put in an actual situation where you fall in love with the other half of your soul. You both eventually look at your own self and try to be the best version of yourself because you're trying to overcome the other person. You both play games. You hate each other so much that you love each other with all your heart. And the fact that she now has to come back, profess her love, chase me, and I'm going to tell you, she had the chance when I was a fat fucker. Okay? I was a big boy. Big boy 3 years ago. She had that chance. She didn't take it. She played the games. Grass is greener, grass is greener, grass is greener. Guess what? I knew the ending. I'm the 1%. So now I got the corporation. I almost have the six pack. I have the healthiest diet. I have no addictions. And I get your karma. So I'm going to tell you right now, this conversation, when you see me this year, it's going to be the worst conversation of your entire life. The fact that I have to tell you that a psychic told me about you, that I marry my soulmate. Second, I have to tell you about a medium who confirmed that I am not supposed to be with you. I'm supposed to be with my soulmate. And then third, a guy from India who was told by someone else, whoever was a psychic, medium, priest over there, that he was supposed to come here and protect me from you. Isn't that fucked up? Welcome to this story. Because I'm going to tell you, imagine being a narcissist. And then imagine me being the spiritual healer. Somebody who has a big heart that can feel the energy, good or bad, and digress it, and then can turn it positive. So once you opened up my heart, that means your heart opened up. You are the narcissist devil. So this is the actual weirdest part of life. I get to choose the dark side of my soul, or I get to choose God. I'm going to tell you guys, everyone goes, "Oh, it's so easy." No, it's not because you've never been in a twin flame relationship. The energy, it's stupid. Absolutely stupid. I can get higher off of her energy than any alcohol drugs I've ever tried. That's how intense it is. Okay? So I can play those energy games, and I hate it. You know what? My lows are lower. Like you want to see the devil come out? She can bring the devil out of me. And I thought about this hard and I go, that girl has to stay away from me. So I'm going to tell you right now, I don't need to go to jail. And if you hang with bad people and bad characters, you pick up their bad habits, you pick up their bad tendencies, you pick up their bad triggers, and you end up doing bad shit. So be careful who you hang out with. Be mindful of who you hang out with. You can know everyone, know everything, and just be accepting of everyone. I'm accepting of my meth head guy who lit up half the neighborhood last night. I know the guy. I know what he's up to. Whatever. We all choose our path. And that's the worst part. He chose this. And he signed up for it before he was even born. I have such a weird way of thinking and conscience. I don't want to go to jail. Like I said, I'm a bitch. I got nice teeth and my booty is never been touched. So, I would be fresh meat. And I don't want to be fresh meat. Just plain and simple. Anyways, sign up for my holistic course. I'm going to tell you. So, the way I've got it set up, if you want to do a one-on-one consultation, you actually want to go further than just like one or two habits, triggers, whatever. You fill out the KYC, you send it to the email. Then I'll talk to you. I'll just check it out real quick. I'll talk to you, say, hey, what is it that you're actually looking for? And then I'll just make some notes, and then I'll send you my course that you do by yourself for a day or two, and then we'll book a time for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever the time frame you think you'll need. And if you book 4 hours and it only needs three, then whatever, end at three. But I need people to see it and then do the course, and then at the very end of my course, I show you how to kind of map it out for yourself. If not, then I'll be there with you and we can work it together. Because here's the goal. For me, I want to create enough of a resource base that with any problem, any situation here and there, there's a different alternative that if it works, I want to find out after the year, do an update going, hey, this is what this person did, this is what worked, this is what didn't work. Because what if I meet someone else and then I try it on someone else and we tweak it a little bit? You never know what's going to work for someone else. It may work for one person, may not work for the other. It's not about recreating the wheel, it's just making the wheel work for you. So if we create a nice database where I've become a life coach and I help everyone and it just grows like this, eventually this makes my health and wellness company an actual health and wellness company where people will see that I train like a professional athlete. I eat very properly and I've worked on my mental health. However, I'm just a nobody. I'm just trying to be the best version and the healthiest version I could be and trying to show people that this is what may have worked for me. It may work for you. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. I want to be open and just see what we can figure out. Because two minds are better than one. That's all it comes down to. 43-minute video. I really hope this one was informative and whatnot. I know I got a lot of things coming up. I'm changing the energy. I dropping off the fat. That's the energy. 20 pounds. That's 70,000 calories. So once I get that 70,000 calorie deficit, that I could probably do that in 70 days if I wanted to be legit and just do 1,000 calorie deficit and still eat 6 to 8 pounds. I could. So I don't know. If I'm doing it this way, it might take me December and I'll look like chiseled claws. That'd be cool. But so I'm dropping that energy. Drop the grocery store. I know I talked about that. Drop they dropped me. The other gym dropped me. So that's done. I've had 4 people delete me off of my friends list. I'm just thinking that sucks. So they dropped me, but I've also seen new people flock in, so that's interesting. So right now we just had our Lionsgate portal, which was 888, and the way this works is that if you manifested what you wanted, it's a new timeline. But if from what I think, and I could be wrong, I could be wrong, but I think if you loved your last 3 years and you were just riding life high and you keep going with that and you didn't manifest anything, that's probably going to be your life cycle for the next 20 years or a lifetime. So it's a lifetime thing. And this is it's just going to be an interesting year because I know that all my paths restart up come September. This is where I decide. And I got to tell you, I don't ever want to have that conversation with the twin flame, but I guess, you know what? God is trying to prepare me to be an international CEO. And sometimes you got to make the hardest decisions that you don't want to make. You have to have the conversations that you don't want to have to have. So if I'm upfront, I'm honest, I've been truthful, and I explain the situation, I explain what I know, and even if I don't believe this, but I say, hey, thank you for coming into my life. I wish you the best, but please never ever come anywhere near me. This is where we part our ways. I will love you forever because you are my twin flame, and it's just such a weird dynamic to life. But as you were breaking me down and cheating and hitting on my friends and sleeping around and not using protection and doing a lot of gross things, I was working out, I was eating healthy, I was trying to build a business, and I was opening up all of the thoughts in my head that I thought who I was. And I decided that, hey, if I'm going to have a wife moving forward, she doesn't need any of my baggage from my last 39 years in life. So I was here working on myself, working on my mentality, opening up my shadows, and then following those doors, and then going through all the emotions of being a complete shitbag sometimes in my life, watching people be shitbags and use me and whatnot. I was here working on myself to be the best version I could be for the twin flame. But I didn't know the story until a little bit later. Be her best friend. And that's when my best friend said, I love you like a best friend. And that was at the time I had 30 people love bomb me and say that. Kicked them all out. She's the only one who came back. So I'm thinking, if it's either her, great. Because I'm not going back to the devil. I'm just not. So, anyways, this is Divinity Virtue. Uh, take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better each and every day. Try to help others to grow, succeed, and be the best versions they can be. Everything happens on divine timing. My name is Dustin Taylor. This is divinityvirtue.com. You go check out all my socials, Facebook, LinkedIn. If you want to see just me putting in 3 hours every day on TikTok, it's only a quick 45, 1 minute skit. I got some pretty good music in the background, so if you just want a quick minute to jumble up or jazz it up, jazz it. Anyways, um, thank you. I'm ready for this next ride. God's preparing me to become CEO. The fact that other people around the world know about my light, let's go. I keep telling people I am the 1%. I am a spiritual healer. And I'm just supposed to be the best version I can be and hopefully show people to open up their own shadows. That's it. Like I'm not here for anything else in this world. I know how to play the game. Once it happens, it's go time. That being said, God bless. Amen. And it's Saturday, so go out, get drunk, think about me, and then if you want to change your life, think about me and sign up for my course. That being said, have a great day. Take care. Bye.